The World Health Organization defines health as the state of social, mental and physical well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips so you can work towards a healthier you. Hey, I'm Avi, and I'm going to help you win in the gym so you can win in life. So without further ado, let's head into tip number 1, which is to move well. If you've seen any of my content, then you'll know by now that I value pristine movement as a precursor to achieving your fitness goals. Not only does pristine movement allow the individual to gain more value out of an exercise, but it's also going to allow them to load tissues that want to be loaded in an exercise. After all, with increased load comes increased risk of injury. So what do I mean? Well, we don't want to be loading things such as the joints, ligaments, tendons, so on and so forth, and we do want to be loading things such as the muscles. Now, pristine movement is going to allow you to load your muscles. And also, guess what? You can't train if you're injured, so make sure you're moving well. Further to this, there is some evidence that suggests that exercise causes a biochemical change to occur. However, the research is pretty limited. On top of moving well, you can do things outside of the gym to help you contribute towards the goal of being healthy, such as tip number 2, eating well. Calories are king when it comes to weight management. We want to be able to manage our weight so we can reduce the likelihood of developing a whole list of diseases. And calories are also a source of energy that are derived from the macronutrients, which are protein, carbohydrates and fats. And law of thermodynamics demonstrates a key equation for weight management, which is calories in versus calories out. Now, there are unlimited ways to put that equation into practice, but all I want for you is to understand its importance. Protein comes in at 4 calories per gram. It aids in building, repairing and maintaining muscle tissue, bone tissue, connective tissue, collagen, hair, skin, blood cells, so on and so forth. High protein food sources include poultry, red meat, fish, eggs, protein powder, Greek yogurt, a lot of foods basically. Fats come in at 9 calories per gram. They are a source of energy and they help to support and maintain the immune system, your hormones, joint health and heart health. Good sources of fats come from nuts, nut butters, coconut oil, olive oil, fatty cuts of meat, oily fish, avocado and butter. Carbohydrates come in at 4 calories per gram. They are a preferred source to fuel performance and cognitive function. Some good sources of carbohydrates include rice, pasta, oats, fruit, quinoa. The list can really go on. We can use meal timing to influence performance or sleep quality. However, it is largely down to preference or digestibility or how a certain meal may make you feel. Meal frequency is largely down to preference and it's essentially when you feel you can eat. Water intake is extremely important for many functions within the body, such as hydration, digestion and circulation. Aim to consume around a litre per 25 kilos of body weight. Fiber serves to aid with digestion and bowel movements. The aim here is to consume around 10 grams per 1,000 calories with a minimum of 18 grams per day. Micronutrients are a key component to the metabolism, the maintenance of bodily functions and general well-being. You can get these from many sources, but your main source should be fruits and vegetables. The next thing we can do to work towards the goal of being healthy is to get adequate rest. In a Western society where it's all go, all the time, we can learn a thing or two from the East. The concept of yin and yang is all about opposites. There is no light without dark, there is no hot without cold, and there is no stress without rest. Stress arises from anything that causes a physical, mental, or emotional response from the body. It's usually accompanied with an elevated heart rate, an increase in the rate of breathing, or a rise in body temperature. This is otherwise known as the fight or flight response, and everything in our environment acts as a stressor, which isn't a bad thing, it's just a thing. And rest achieves the opposite. So we're looking at a decrease in the heart rate, a decrease in the rate of breathing, and a decrease in body temperature. This is otherwise known as the rest and digest response. With too much stress and too little rest, we start to experience diminishing returns. So possible side effects of that could be injuries, a decrease in mental well-being, and issues falling asleep. With too much rest and too little stress, well, we experience no returns, no growth. So essentially, in the long term, sort of looking at the bigger picture, we should aim to strike a balance between stress and rest. So what can you do to rest? Well, the king of rest is sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of that a night. Other things you can do, you can spend time with loved ones, socialize, you can read a book, watch a movie, play video games, you can meditate. Long story short, just relax. If you haven't already, then be sure to check out my latest videos on the right, and also hit me up on the socials. I'll see you in the next video.